Welcome to the Real Poker Girls of Las Vegas from fabulous Las Vegas with the amazing Lupe Soto and the gorgeous Rebecca Scales over there.
Thank you.
Now, we have been somewhere. Where did we go? Something went down.
Yes.
Lupe, where were we?
Well, we were fortunate enough to go visit the amazing Costa Rica. It was the inaugural event of the Costa Rica Poker Festival, and it was amazing. It really was. It was small, and it was intimate, and it was action-packed, and it was hotter than shit and humid, but it was beautiful.
How amazing was
That
it?
country is amazing. And not only is the country amazing, the people of Costa Rica are fabulous. They're just welcoming, and it was really interesting because we walked in. First of all, it was at the Marriott, the Marriott,
The Sheraton.
Sheraton,
It's a Marriott
Marriott.
brand.
Marriott Voyage.
Yeah,
Marriott.
and Escuzu of
Escuzu,
of Costa Rica. So it's
San
right out
Jose.
of San Jose. It's a suburb of San Jose, and my daughter doesn't speak Spanish, and she was really worried because it was, predominantly Spanish-speaking country. And it's not like being on a cruise. We're only going to be on shore for like 3 hours. We were there for a week.
Yeah.
But she came away with all of the right words, like, mucho gusto.
She loved
And
it.
she goes, well, what is it when you say when somebody's getting in and out of the elevator? And, how do I tell them, go ahead or whatever.
Yeah.
She learned all the polite words. And so now she tells me them. Con permiso.
Oh, that's
it's
so cute.
I absolutely love it. But we had some adventures, didn't we?
Oh,
We
my.
did.
Well, we got there. We were there for a long time.
Yeah.
Like 5
And I was there
nights.
before you.
With Lupe
Mhm.
got there first. Just let's go from the start. Getting to the hotel with the taxis and the Ubers. But I was so scared because I've never been to that country before. And every time I go to a new country, of course, you want to be aware. You don't want to get robbed. You don't want to get, hoodwinked by anyone. You're on high alert. I'm landing on my own, flying in from Australia. I'm a bit, dragging my heels here, tired. So I'm vulnerable. But I never, ever felt like it was unsafe.
No.
I mean, I'm sure if you look for it, you'll find it anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I had been there before, but it was a planned tour with a big group.
Yeah.
It wasn't a tour, really. It was just it was a poker event, but it was we all traveled together, to get there.
Yeah.
And it was being hosted by a Costa Rican. And so we were able to, there was no fears. This was, going through the customs there and then trying to figure out how to get there and I didn't really have an address. It was hard to find the address for the Marriott,
The Sheraton.
But they all knew where it was. And I was like, well, is there more than one? They're like, no, there's only one. You don't have to worry about it. We can get you there. But it was, if you ever been someplace where they bombard you,
At
where
the
there's
airport, at the
15
landing.
different people saying taxi, 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 taxi. And then, but there were official taxis,
Yeah.
that were actually licensed. And those are the people that were on the inside of the airport.
Yeah.
As soon as you stepped outside the airport doors, it was like almost fair game, right?
Mhm.
But we were very fortunate. We got one of the licensed guys, I guess, and he took us over there. But you said you're a little unsure.
Yeah.
Well, we got there at night, and
Me too.
and it was
yeah.
like you couldn't see anything,
No.
and there's not a lot of street lighting, per se. So I put my tracker on from the hotel, and I made sure he was going the right way.
Yeah. Your directions.
To get us there, and he was, and it's, we hear a lot of things, and we're girls traveling, in a foreign country by ourselves with a lot of money in our pocket,
Yeah.
so we have to be conscious.
Yeah, I
of
speak the
that.
language, and that was really helpful, but it wasn't needed. So if you guys are worried about that, it's not even an issue. They all speak English.
Mhm. At least
And
enough
they
to get
try.
you.
I don't speak Spanish at all, and I arrived at night completely by myself. Took the Uber, or no, it wasn't an Uber. Sorry, I took a
Taxi.
taxi by myself because there was no other poker people on my flight, and I didn't have any problems at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there zero issues.
Yeah. even the staff at the hotel, they all speak enough English to get you in and get you comfortable and,
Yep.
directions to where you need to go and all that. And then even if they don't have the right words for a certain something, they will find somebody they'll give them the right words, to tell you what's
we
happening.
were actually there supporting Lupe because she had her Lips event there, and the event owner and director, who is also the event owner and director of the Malta Poker Festival, and the director of poker for Sigma Gaming, Yvonne Montalegre, and Lupe had their first Lips event where they were there together.
Yes, she
So that
invited
was
us to
cool.
partner with her for the inaugural ladies event in Costa Rica. And I don't know of any other ladies events that have ever happened in Costa Rica. So I'm going to lie if I say that we are the first. Maybe, but maybe
I said
not.
we were the first in the article, but
Yeah. As far as we know, and that's always the best way to say it, right? We were. And we had, I want to say we had 21 uniques. So there were 21 women who played there. And there was only, I believe, 2 locals. The rest of the women that were there came in from somewhere else. We had Canadians there. We had people from the United States. One gal was from Panama.
Yep.
that's a good percentage for the overall intimacy of that thing to get that many people there.
Yeah.
100%.
To get that many women to travel to
Yeah.
go to it. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
And that I think leans a lot into that they trust our brand.
Absolutely.
And Yvonne has been doing the Malta one for so long, and some of these gals have been to Malta.
Yep.
So they know that they're going to be taken care of.
Right.
And
I remember interviewing Yvonne on the first day when her media team hadn't arrived yet, and she said she was so scared. Like, it's on our Women Poker News Network, the interview. She said her biggest fear was no one was going to show up.
yeah,
Like it's a
any
new
operator's
event.
fear.
Yeah,
It's like
a
on
new
the very
event.
first day in a brand new setting and a new venue. You just, and then you always get especially if there's a third party person who's like sponsoring you,
Yeah.
and they'll say, well, how many do you expect?
Yeah,
And
that's the
I
thing,
just look
right?
at them, what? I have no expectations. It's brand new.
Yeah.
You never really know. And my answer to that every single time is the cool people will be here. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, it was so lovely.
It was supported by Kickers Poker Club, who run the cash game room in the casino.
Yes. Kickers
correct.
owns a contract to the Sheraton's Casino. It's called the Grand Casino.
The Grand
isn't it?
Casino.
Grand
Yeah,
Casino,
Grand
yeah.
Casino.
And so they are the contract for the poker portion of the casino. And Paul is the guy who runs it. And I'm going to say, I watch a lot of poker operations, right, around the country. And he put on an exceptional show there. Those dealers were very good. The whole operation, was good. I even saw a new app that they're running over there that I hadn't seen before, which was kind of cool. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. Yeah. And they were so friendly. The staff was amazing. You couldn't ask a question that wasn't going to get answered, because if they didn't know the answer, they were going to run and find somebody who was going to get the answer for you. It was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, and that breakfast.
We had buffet breakfast every day.
The breakfast there is good, but the Malta one, I have to say, is better. You got to go to Malta.
Yeah, true. It was the only reason I was so thrilled is because they had all this fruit, and I ate a big old bowl of fruit every morning.
Delicious.
And it was super bright because it's tropical.
Yes.
So they have the best fruit right there, ready to go, and made to order eggs and all that kind of good stuff. So I was in heaven, man.
Well, I played a lot of cash, and the cash games were awesome. Like, so if you're a cash game player, it's still amazing to go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was the first one. And the goal, of course, is to grow it. So I would assume that it's going to be around this time frame of late January, early February. So carve that out. The location isn't sitting on a beach like you would think, Costa Rica, right on the beach. It's not. It's actually, there is a beach within half an hour of the hotel, but it's not the kind of beach you want to go hang out in. You actually have to get on a bus tour or a bus, the local bus, which we tried to do.
Oh my
We'll
God,
tell you about that story in a second.
There's so many stories.
Yeah, and then what we wound up doing is we hired a private driver who was her taxi driver when she came in, and she got his number, and he took the three of us and my daughter Angela out on a lovely 12-hour tour, basically. He took us to anywhere we wanted to go. If we wanted to stop, all the little stops along the way, and we wound up going
We went to Manuel Antonio National Park via Harco Beach. I said it correctly, not Jarko. Harco.
Right.
Because I was saying Jacko Beach, like an Aussie all week.
Yeah.
And we stopped along all the way down to Manuel Antonio, which was a 3-hour, 3-hour drive.
It was 3.5 hours there, and it was 3 hours back, and that's only because the traffic had died down a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a windy road. It is a lot of the road is 2 lanes, and it's shared by scooters, cars, big ass trucks, everybody. There were moments that I just went, oh, I can't watch. But that's because we were cliffside, on certain parts. But I have to say that our driver was exceptional.
Yeah.
I felt very safe. He took us. We were able to leave all of our belongings in the car. Never had to worry about anything, and fortunately.
We'll link his number up, Victor, if you ever go there. He's just such a sweetheart.
Yeah, and we'll probably hook up next time when we go. And also, he has been in the industry for like over 30 years, so he knows a lot of really trustworthy people that we can also hook you guys up for that. But what was your favorite part? Tell me.
It was definitely the day we spent together going out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say making the final table.
table,
That's what I should say. I know it's a poker podcast. That's what I'm totally supposed to say. But no, it was definitely going out with Lupe and Tat and Angela. That was my favorite.
Okay, so let me set the scene. Lupe, we have to remember, she has
old.
I didn't say that.
But that's true.
She has 2 knee reconstructions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we decided, our harebrained idea, we want to walk down to National Park to the beach because it's amazing, apparently, hike. But it's literally a 3-hour situation.
Mm-hmm.
So an hour down, this is just one trail of probably 6 in the National Park. And we wanted to see a sloth, and we wanted monkeys, and we wanted a toucan. Right.
We didn't get a toucan.
We didn't get a toucan.
Right. We got lots of requests for toucans, no toucans.
2 out of 3. Yeah. So we picked the hike that seems the easiest downhill to the beach, but it was not that easy. And let me tell you, we were so proud of Lupe. Like, I was struggling. I was dying. It was hot. I was wet from head to toe, sweating in places I didn't know I could sweat.
Yeah.
Did not know there was sweat there. And we were drenched, but we made it to the beach.
We did. And what a joy.
Yeah.
That beach was beautiful. If you've ever been to Hawaii, it reminds me of Maui, actually, because of the mountains, and the surround and the tropical, all the lushness and everything. And the water is hotter than hot when
like
you first
bath.
Get in.
Yeah.
It's it's actually hotter than outside in parts of it, but only in the surf. As soon as you step back, maybe, 25 feet or so, some of the Pacific coolness starts coming in. So we kind of stayed right there in that little line of warm and cold and all that. And,
it was crystal
I didn't want to
clear.
get out.
It was emerald, like how you imagine it to be, with these beautiful forestry, like palms and things.
It's like a cove. It was gorgeous.
It was a cove, and then there was big volcanic rock on the other side, and because I guess there's 2 volcanoes there, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother tour we didn't take, but there's always next time.
But the animals, that was what the coolest part was, is even though it's a national park and there is like a gate to get in, they were in their very natural habitat.
Right.
So at one point, I'm filming like everybody in the water, and this iguana, probably the size of me, just decides to go right in front of me. Scared me to death. But we were just in their habitat, and that was the greatest part, was to just see. It wasn't like a zoo. They weren't locked up.
Nope.
No.
They could go wherever they wanted.
I have been to the habitat for the sloths in Honduras.
Yeah.
But they're in a cage. Well, not a
that's-
cage. It's a It's kind of like a
thing.
cage.
It's a big cage.
It's like being in a zoo environment,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know? And everybody gets to hold them, and they spend their whole day going from arm to arm to arm to arm, you know,
yeah.
for photos and stuff like that. There was none of that at this place. These animals, you had to, if you were walking by and the leaves started falling near you, you immediately look up because it's either a monkey or it's a bird that just came through, or the sloths don't move that fast to rustle shit.
And they were hard to spot.
Yeah, they camouflage
They
very
were.
well.
They really do. They look like a knot in a tree almost.
Yeah.
And because the trees, this is tropical jungle, it is
was
so
jungle.
high. Then they go, you know, near the top. The only reason that we spotted them is because of the bandit stripe that they have across their face. It was like, there it is. And so
was
then
hard to
we were able
spot.
to locate it. But wow, what an adventure that was.
That was a day where I will never forget.
Exactly.
me either.
It's one of those poker destinations where you will have lifelong memories. And
Right.
that's why I can't say enough about it.
Right.
And the people made it too. The food. Oh my God, how amazing was that food we had?
Yeah.
So we didn't
And
even
the
want to stop
empanadas.
because we were all really exhausted coming
Right.
back
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we had been in the heat all day. And then our driver was like, I'm just going to get something to eat. So we were like, okay.
Okay,
he goes,
we're
I'm
forced.
gonna just grab something and I'll eat it on the way home. And I was like,
No.
We were fine with that, but we were just like, okay, we'll go in. And I'm so happy we did.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
probably some of the best fish. And this is like, I'm talking, it doesn't look like fancy. It was
like
like
cafeteria
It was like
kind almost.
cafeteria style. I had no
Just-
idea what I was ordering. I mean, I could tell it was like a rib, but I didn't know what it was called. I kind of just
Yeah.
pointed. Exceptional. And for $11, I was the happiest person. I went back and got more to eat later
yeah.
in the
yeah.
room because it was
It was
so
a
good.
lot of
We
food.
got we had empanadas. You could get it the pollo, which was chicken, and they had cheese empanadas, and what was the other one? Beef.
Beef.
The funniest story, I'm going
So
to
good.
tell it, Lupe. I'm telling it. We are walking back from the beach. Okay, so we're exhausted. We've walked an hour and 20 minutes through this jungle, like literally Tarzan jungle.
It is.
Survivor. And we get to the beach. We've swam in the beach for an hour. No one wants to leave the water. We're fighting over who's watching the bags.
Yes.
Who's on bag watch.
It's your watch. We're going
Yeah.
back in.
I got kicked out of the water, and then we make the hike back, and we're nearly back, and we've ran out of water.
Yeah.
Literally, we have a quarter of a water bottle for 4 people and 4 ice cubes. It's stinking hot as hell, hotter than Vegas because it's humid.
Yeah.
So we're all dying, and Lupe says to me, "Stop messing with the water. Don't waste the ice in the water."
Yeah. There was 4 ice cubes left.
Okay, 2 seconds later, what did she do, Becca?
She takes the ice cube and puts it in her chi-chis, as she calls them. And then I start profusely making fun of her because I'm like, we're on survival mode for water. And you decided to use your ice cube for your chi-chis.
Because if you put ice cube, when you're really, really hot, you put an ice cube in your chest, you know, well, for us, we got
Because-
chi-chis, we can put it in there, you know, go like this. It will cool you off. It'll cool off your whole body. And
So does drinking it.
Or chewing it?
no, that's not fun. Because it takes a while for it to melt here, right here. It's
But
gone.
the irony, she tells me off and then does that. And she was dead serious.
I didn't want to drink it. I wanted to wear it.
But we made it back. And then the next day, so they met their guarantee. The main event smashed their 100K guarantee. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it reached over 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real success. And we're so happy for everybody in the country and Yvonne and all her partners
Yeah.
and, you know, Sheraton and Kickers. And we had the ladies event and someone final tabled.
Yeah.
In Hold'em, it was so hard.
Yeah, she was like, okay, I'm only playing this because it's your event, Lupe.
This is the speech she gets pretty much every time I play Hold'em for her.
Yeah.
It's the same speech.
It's like, I know, but you're going to do great. Just, you know, you teach, you hold them, you might as well just put to practice what you teach. So that's what she did.
And she did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point I had like,
She was
I was
chip
chip leading
leading.
at one point, but then I ran into Kings. Or no, my Kings ran into something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
that
you were
happens.
cheap leader.
Hey, you went
Yeah.
out on Kings, right?
I
Yeah, she
did.
did. She
Yeah.
went on Kings, but
Ace, king, and then kings, and I was done. 2 hands.
I was like, okay, so now I have a Malta flag, now I have a Costa Rica flag. So
Yes,
That's
you have
every
the
destination I've gone
flags.
to, I've gotten a flag.
You
Well, I didn't do it in
have.
London. I got to go back to London to get a flag, I guess.
But you have now Costa Rica, which is a cool one because it's the first event.
and it's the only event I played.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One bullet.
One bullet. One
Yeah.
bullet.
And
one
how did it
tournament.
go for you, Lupe?
Well, we didn't know how many people it would be, and I told them, I said, well, the God's honest truth is we have to have more than a final table.
Yeah.
So I said, if we make it to 11, I am good with that. And slowly, and I guess I didn't realize if you count up all the people that we knew that were coming. And we had a little mixer right before the event. And so I was able to see, I was like, oh, we're going to have us a nice little tournament because, hey, I have tournaments sometimes here in the United States with only 25 people, so for us to be in Costa Rica with, only 2 of them were local girls, the rest of them came in from somewhere else. That's huge.
It was.
I was very, very excited. And because now we know the area, we know what we can plan for, we know what we can provide, outside of just poker. We will make it super special. We just want you guys to know that it is worth putting it on your poker calendar. And come join us next year.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
We got to go to the other side next year. We got to go to the Caribbean side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because
this was the side.
4.5 hours each way.
Well, it was only 3.
Le
What's the
Mans.
difference?
Yeah, because
It'll be an overnighter. We might have to go overnight.
Like we did, we didn't even notice the time because, you put my
Tick, tick,
my
tick,
best
tick,
friends
tick,
in the
tick,
car.
tick,
It wasn't
tick,
really
tick,
hard
tick,
at all. It was pretty
We had a lot
easy.
to talk about.
We always
Yeah,
have a lot to
we-
talk
I
about.
know.
It's never a problem.
We would
That's very true.
definitely need to go earlier and explore the Caribbean side.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
that was that pretty on that side, I
Imagine
can't
that
imagine the
side.
Caribbean side.
Yeah.
Like it's going to
Beautiful.
blow my mind.
Different kinds of waters and stuff. One of the things that I have to mention, though, is that it was really 3rd time's a charm because the first day we wanted to go to the
Oh
beach.
my goodness.
So we decided, we don't want to take the poker tour, it's
We
$180
wanna
or whatever. We're going to
freelance.
feel like the locals. So we
Freestyle.
were going to Uber to the equivalent to what the Greyhound bus station would look like, right? And then catch the bus there, take the 3 hours ride to the beach, same place kind
Yeah.
of area where Jaco was where we were
Jaco,
going to go,
yep,
which was
for the day.
about an hour earlier than the national park where we went the next time.
Apparently, that's the closest beach to San Jose. So,
A real
area.
kind of beach.
Yeah.
The one that's really close there is not habitable for bathing and stuff like that. It's more kind of like you would see in an industrial area where you wouldn't want to go get in it, So this is the actual beautiful part. So we go. So we all go up there, and I kid you not, it is big old plexiglass, like at this Greyhound station, and there's a diamond about this large at the base of this table, and that's where you have to speak.
Hola.
It was insane,
It's like, hola.
So we're trying to figure out how much it's like $6 or something to go all the way
$6
each way.
US, each
$6
way.
US. And that's the other thing. You don't need really to change your money over unless you're going to go shopping with the locals because
Don't look at me.
Make heel tap, by the way.
yeah, because it's basically 1,000 colones is $2. So it's double whatever it is, So if they tell you here your bill is $14, it's $28.
And
okay?
how beautiful was the money?
Oh,
They have all the animals on the
I spent a
notes.
lot of money buying money, bringing it back because it was so pretty. It's going to go in my little souvenir box.
The good thing was, I do have to say, which I've never had this at any other poker festival, was the cashier, because somebody, Tat, told me to get colones at the airport. So I spent about 20 minutes just trying to figure out the ATM machine. But once I figured it out, I'm like, okay, pull some money out. When I got there, I didn't need any of it. They all wanted US dollars. But thankfully, the cashier at the cage changed it for me, no problem at all. And I got a great rate.
Yeah.
I wasn't the rate I'd get at the airport, so it was great. So I didn't really have any problems.
And all the tournament buy-ins and the cash
that's
games are in
important to
US
know.
dollars.
That's
Yeah.
an important message.
So that makes it
So
really
yeah, just
easy.
keep your US dollars if you can.
Yeah,
It'd be much
yeah,
easier than
yeah.
doing all that.
So we go. We miss the bus. And the
Of
next
course we
bus
do.
wasn't for almost 2 hours. So we just said, we're going to have to scratch this idea. And right across the street from this bus station was this big, huge warehousey building. And it says China Mall. And we're like, China products? Let's go. Oh my gosh. We tore it up.
Cheap stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I got me a hat. It wasn't this one, but a really cute, beautiful hat. And
Beautiful.
Angela got candy, and you found nail stuff and all kinds of things. It was literally like buying from a China supplier.
Yeah, it was super cheap.
And it was rows and rows and rows and 2 flights. And so we spent probably an hour and a half in there just walking around all this stuff. And then we went back to the hotel after that and then played cash and went to the pool.
And then the second attempt at the beach, what happened, Lupe?
Oh, God.
So we all set up to wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call.
Well, I woke up at like 5. And, I'm an old lady. I have to go pee. So I get up, I go, and then I kind of feel weird. And I went and I laid back down. And within half an hour, I was chucking my cookies. I was so sick. I mean, I haven't been that sick, and I can't tell you how long. Sick. Angela's like, "Are you okay?" Freaking out. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I was freezing to death. Like if, when you get one of those kind of viruses, you're to the core, you can't get warm. And she throws her blankets and everything that she has on her bed on top of me. And I'm like, and I finally pass out. And she calls you, of course, and tells you, this ain't happening. Literally, when I woke up, I was fine. It was like a 4-hour kind of a window of being real sick and then nothing.
That's because they were waiting for me.
Yeah, well, we were always going to the big day with you, but we were trying to fit in just
The universe was saying no.
No, you
Becca's
can't
not here
go.
yet.
Right. So the next day she's in, and that's when we finally were successful
Well, then
to go.
instead of being budget travelers, we had to go splurge and get a private driver.
Right.
So we went from 0 to 100 literally in 3 hours.
But it was the best.
The best
I told
$100
you.
I've spent in a long time.
Yes.
I
Wasn't
got
it?
more
It
out
was
of
the
it
best.
than, that was the best $100 I've spent in a really long time.
And when you're playing poker, you're like, I was playing cash every night and tournaments in there. You're stuck in the poker room, you're grinding, you're playing, you're in you're in a room, and then you go out to a rainforest like that magnitude. It's so refreshing, so grounding, so beautiful. It smelled like candles, remember?
Yeah.
I said, it smells like those forest candles here. Yeah.
And I said, what do you use? Mine smell like vanilla. Hers are like rainforest.
Rainforest.
Rainforest and sweat.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
That is no lie. But it was really kind of comical because we'd be walking along the trail and I'm like, okay, I can make this next hill. And I'm going, and then people would be returning from the trail that we were on. We would say, how much farther to the beach? Oh, about an hour. Just keep going, And it's one little lady scared me to death because she was about my age or similar, And she says, girl, it's a long way. It was so far.
No, we were so amazed by your tenacity, courage, and endurance because that was amazing for you.
One other time ever in my life that I felt like, oh my God, I made it. And that was climbing Diamond Head in Hawaii. And and mind you, this was so long ago that the video that I made my friend take of me being on the top going like the Rocky move.
Yeah.
He had it on his shoulder. That's how long ago it was, But I felt like that. It was like, this was for me. And if anybody's ever had a disabling kind of a situation where your body doesn't work, and I've had that for several years and had the first knee replacement 4 years ago, and then this last one last year, to be able to accomplish that, I feel like I've been given my life back. It was like, I think I can kind of tackle things, So we're going to be going on the Lips cruise in March.
Yeah.
And that's down to the Mexican Riviera. And it's Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan and Cabo. And I'm thinking, this girl can do it. Maybe I'll go do something else.
Now.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the jet skis,
That's
things
cool.
that I've always been very fearful because you can get really hurt, you know. And I was like, damn, I think this is so exciting.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not fast, but I'm good. It's like, hey, just a minute. My legs are vibrating. Hold on. Ooh. And then as soon as the vibration would stop, okay, let's go. Let's go some more. You know,
It was such a
crazy.
fun trip, and we had an amazing time. And we can't thank Yvonne enough and everybody involved. That it was beautiful.
It was absolutely wonderful. And for those women who ventured out and joined us, thank you.
Absolutely.
I think that, and I hope that it was wonderful from all the feedback that I've gotten so far has been, this was great. I'm so glad that I did it. And there were some people that just last minute decided, I'm going to go. I was like, man, you are adventuresome. That is fantastic. And some people turned it into an extended vacation. They're just barely getting back.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that. And like I said, next time we'll plan some things
and go
as group things, you know, that we can all go together. And
it's only 3 hours from Houston, which was surprising. I thought it would be further away. It was pretty quick.
Yeah. Houston was okay to hang out in too.
Yeah, they've got great deals too. Southwest flies there now, which is a new route for them. So a lot of people didn't know that. So it's affordable. Mm-hmm. Look at you. You're like, I'm not doing that.
I'm such an airline snob.
I'm the Walmart. I'll take Southwest.
For short flights,
I was able to take all the bags that we needed to take.
Yeah, 2 free bags does it for me.
I get 2 free bags too.
Yeah, but short flights I'm good. Long flights no.
I don't fly as often as you. I have to pay for everything. You know that makes a big difference. But we definitely want to do that. And you know, we've got some really big festivals coming up here pretty soon. You've got your big lips. Yeah. Let's talk about that for just a minute. The Women in Poker Spring Festival, which is the Nevada State Ladies Poker Championship, AKA. I decided to start early because it is a very big undertaking to do the team championship. Oh my God. I put it out. And in 8 days, it was sold out. We have 84 teams of 5 women.
Wow.
It's a freeze out. And those are uniques. Yeah. There is no rebuy. If we were allowing rebuys, we probably would have 1,000 entries.
It's
100%.
It's a fun event. Your event is
it is a lot of fun.
Favorite week. Are you doing Pajama Jam?
We're doing Pajama Jam.
Okay, I'll be there for that. Another Hold'em tournament I'll play.
Yeah. The Pajama Jam is always fun. I have reserved Saturday night. There is nothing on the schedule, and that's because we're trying to come up with something really fun for Saturday night to do together. Last year we did a meetup game, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I think we want to do something a little more social. That's a little bit away from poker. So
Magic Mike.
Magic
no,
Mike.
I ain't doing Magic Mike. No Magic Mike. It's too far away.
Chip and Dale's have a new show in Vegas.
That's farther away.
Look, you can see who the single girls are. Yeah. It's like, no.
No, even if I was married, I'm going to Magic Mike. You know, my eyes aren't painted on.
I don't like Magic Mike.
Did you see it?
Have you seen it?
I've not seen the show, but I've watched the movies. Okay. And the last movie was hot.
Okay. The Magic Mike is not like any of the other reviews that are in town that are male whatsoever.
Really?
No, it even has women in it. Yes. It is one of the coolest shows.
Theatrical.
It's theatrical. It's not. Yeah, it's not anything like that.
Is it like the movie though? Like how Selma Hayek and all that too?
Oh, it's hot as can be.
Really?
Oh yeah, and the hottest part has women in it.
Okay, date night, baby.
Yeah.
Let me just say, this year, I mean, this is way off topic, but I have to tell you, it's kind of cute. I was shopping for stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
Right. And
why am I scared?
I know. God knows.
It's not.
Okay.
We just went through Magic Mike. I'm trying to figure out how we're transitioning here.
Well, I was telling Chris, I said, listen, a deck of cards has 52 cards in it, and there's 52 weeks in the year, and that's what I bought him. I bought him a card set, and it's a scratch off. And every week you have to do with the scratch off. It's date nights, doing different things. I think I have to slip a joker in there and put the Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
I might have to do that. That'd be fun.
A wild card.
A joker card. Yeah, a wild card. Put a Magic Mike. That'd be kind of fun.
So
that one was, I also, which one did I say?
You saw it in London too.
Yeah, I saw it in London too. Yeah, but I've seen Vegas.
So it's like
I saw the original.
Like Chippendales is a group that has other things and.
Yeah, it's not just where like, hey, the next guy's coming out and this guy's no, it's a theatric. The whole it's a show.
Well, that sounds.
And
good.
I also went and saw Atomic Atomic Saloon in the Venetian, and that one was really good too. But that's
I
not a
don't know that
review.
one.
That was just another. It's kind of like a absinthe.
Abstinent.
Yeah.
Abstinent.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Right.
fun.
Oh, right on.
A little bit of Vegas stuff.
Okay. If it's not like the Chippendales where they come up into your face and all that stuff, I can't stand that. But I mean, if it's more like sit and watch a show, I don't mind that. I mean, we've got the sexiest shows in town here.
Absolutely.
You know,
The
I
best.
want
The
the
best.
cowboy girls with all the topless. That was kind of fun. After a while, you forget that they're wearing topless. Nothing.
Crazy horse.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't pay
Yeah, that's
attention.
cool. So when's your event? Dates again?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Website?
We totally got
So
sidetracked.
I know you just get me talking about boys. I guess. I don't know.
Then I
But,
get blamed.
One of the things is it's when it starts on Wednesday, the 23rd of April, and it goes all the way through Sunday, the 27th. There's an event pretty much morning and night on every single one. And at this point in the game, I can only take alternates for anybody who wants to be part of a team because, believe it or not, people have things that come up, and we need alternates to be able to fill the teams because a team can't play unless they have 5 players. Period.
Okay.
And so, we're always looking for a team.
Southpoint, right?
Southpoint. The
Well,
entire thing is at Southpoint.
And they have tons of cash games you can play if you're waiting.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
an alternate.
Yeah, yeah.
Tons of
100%.
them.
And they're not going to run the tournament that night, but they'll have tons of cash games. Yes.
Yeah.
And but if you do want to play and you are willing to be an alternate, just reach out to me on Facebook or on the website lupe@lipstour.com. I'll add you to the alternate list. And as it comes available, I'll definitely reach out to you. It's the cool thing about the team tournament is that it is a freeze out.
Oh,
So-
my.
If you're out, you're out.
I like
Um,
freeze outs because
Yeah, it's
people
pure
buy in like
poker.
ridiculous amounts of time sometimes. So
Yeah.
Yes.
If I only came with 1 bullet and I go out, that might be it. But other people have 5 bullets in their pockets, So
Right.
it's a totally different game. So you have to play
well,
premium.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I know.
that
I do
too.
too.
Well, you made it on 1 bullet.
I made it on 1 bullet.
Yeah, you did, girl. Yes, you
me.
did. But that's on Thursday. We do have an Omaha game.
I'm going to be there.
That's going to be the night
Jeannie, just
before.
Make
yeah.
sure.
We have the mini main. There's, like I said, there's a mini main. There's an Omaha game. There's the team
So is
championship
it
on
4
Thursday.
days? Or
5.
5.
5,
Okay.
yeah.
5 days.
And then we have 2 flights of the main event. And then that'll restart again on Sunday in the morning for the rest of day 2. And then we'll have a green chip bounty survivor. And that's the nice thing about the bounty survivor is that you only play to the final table, basically, or if you make the final table, it's 10%. So anyway, if you get up in there, you keep your own bounties and we chop it up and you're done. That way, if you've got a late flight that night, you can still make it. If you have plans for something else, you can still make it because it starts at 2:00 in the afternoon. We'll be done.
And you always have satellites, right? You always run satellites usually.
We run satellites. We will run satellites, single table satellites on Thursday evening. That's if you're still inside the team tournament, you won't be able to play them. But for those who have busted out, and trust me,
Or those
lot
alternates that
of
are
people.
waiting.
yeah,
Play
yeah.
a
There's a
satellite.
satellite. You
But
can run a
don't you
single
have-
table satellite. There's $60 buy-ins. And first place will receive the seed into the Lips Championship and also the Nevada State Ladies Championship and also $30 in cash. And second place will get $90 back in cash so that they can play again.
Don't you have online satellites now?
We do. We have
Yes.
teamed up with
So
Bluffers,
for the ladies.
the Bluffers group. And if you go to the Facebook Lips page, there's, and also you can go to the lipstour.com and you'll see online, not the girls' night in, but the online satellites.
says
And
Lips.
they're running bounty builders. So, there's $10 tournaments, there's $20 tournaments, and $30 tournaments. And if you cash on one of those, they'll cash you right out,
Didn't they send somebody to Costa Rica, the Bluffers?
Yes,
Two
MJ.
people, yeah.
MJ.
Yeah.
Right.
And Laura, right?
Yeah.
Well, they wound up getting they got the whole package. Was
Yeah.
the airfare and the hotel and the buy-in and everything. It was lovely, and they're impeccable people.
That's true.
Mike and
Bluffers.
Eric are I wouldn't be doing this. After all these years, the last thing I can do is ruin my reputation. So I'm going to make sure that the people who are handling your money are that kind of a person. And I've known them forever. So they're good people. So,
And the girls did come to Costa Rica. They did get their stuff paid for, so it's all legit.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just transferred over. Actually, I'm going to let you in on something. I screwed up during the Women in Poker Hall of Fame time. Mike from Bluffers, Wales Club, whatever, came to me and he handed me an envelope and the people who won all the stuff. And I was in the middle of everything. I overpaid the girls.
Oh.
Oh, my.
And so the money that was supposed to be retained for the charity didn't get retained.
Oh, no.
He sent me the money again.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He said,
That's
don't worry
really
about
cool.
it. I'm sending you more money.
That was super
That's
nice
the
of him.
reputation of these people.
Nice.
Okay?
That's nice to
Yeah,
hear.
he didn't say, Lupe, it's your bad. Get on there, take care of it yourself. No, he sent it. I have to give a big shout out because that was impressive. That was really impressive.
Nice.
And there was no argument. He was like, no, I'm good. We're just sending it to you. Good.
That's nice to hear because everyone's doing it hard now and every cent counts.
It is very difficult these days. There's a lot going on. So I really appreciate integrity. I appreciate the support of everybody, plan. It's very, very important. And if you're coming with us on the cruise in March, we got a whole week. Unfortunately, that's sold out too.
The cruise is sold out.
That's sold out too. But, I know a lot of people wait. Just like, I'm going to see if I can go. It is better to make arrangements to go and then cancel them. Because if you wait too long, you can't go.
You get your money back if you
So-
cancel?
On
There
the
might be
cruise?
a small cancellation fee. But it's real minimal,
Okay.
And if they resell the room, there's no cancellation fee,
Oh, okay.
No,
So
that's fair.
because you're booking with Card Player Cruises,
Yes.
Yeah.
not with Royal.
Okay.
They're fantastic. As a matter of fact, I was really sad we had to there was a balcony that came available, and one gal wanted in, and then they had to be by midnight, and some people didn't get up in order to see it in time.
Oh.
So by the morning, I had like 3 people that wanted to go, and we could have gotten it, but we didn't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Time zones everywhere are difficult, but I do encourage you guys to do that. And then, what else we got coming up?
Then it's the World Series of Poker, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and it's the high roller.
Yes.
The Women
at
in Poker
Venetian.
High Roller, the
Yes.
$2,500 buy-in. This is not for the weak and the faint of heart. It has been a really long time coming. There's been a lot of women who play at higher levels who have asked for this, and I encourage people. This is still February, March, April, May, June. You got 5 months. Start a little home league for those $2,500 buy-ins, and you guys
That's a good
send
idea.
a horse. Send a horse to that. We're going to feature every player who pre-registers. We don't have the pre-registration open yet, but pretty soon it'll be open. We're going to feature you. We're gonna say who you are, where you're from, a little bit about you, how if you bought your way in, or if somebody sponsored you, or hey, go down to Tim's towing truck and say, you want to sponsor me? I could wear your stuff on this live stream, because it's going to be live streamed out of the Venetian during the summer, during the World Series season. So now's
What
the time.
date's that one? Do you have a date?
Yeah, we do. Shoot. Let me see.
I know, I put you on the spot. But that's really cool. So you're expecting some big names in this
Yeah,
one.
this will attract some of the bigger, a lot of there are, I would call them professional poker players that are not going to be playing our events, because, the season of the World Series is when they really are shooting for the stars, right? So they actually are saying, yeah, I think I could play that.
I do have to say though, Lips is the one place I do see where a lot of those pros will show up sometimes.
They will. They'll
They show
play
up
my
sometimes. They
bigger
don't-
game, like
not
the
always,
Venetian.
but they do show up.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
$600 buy-in, or
Yeah.
if they want to go and hang out with some of their friends that don't play at that level, they'll come
Absolutely.
over,
Yeah.
and it's very lovely. We
is.
have been, and some of these women started with us,
Yeah.
back in the day. So
It's
they're
one of the
now at
funnest
highest
weeks
level.
ever.
Yeah, it is. So the high roller is going to be on the 25th. It's the Wednesday of Ladies Week at the Venetian, $2,500 buy-in. And we will be running satellites for you to win your way in, both online and live.
That's cool.
And
We
so
find it
there will
on
be.
Lips, the satellites on Lips, because I'm gonna maybe do that.
I'm sorry?
I said you find the satellites on Lips. Like where do we?
Yes.
Okay.
You join the Bluffers group, and then he puts the schedule out.
Oh, that's for online though. You said live.
There'll be on live, and we're going to be running them at the Venetian.
Okay.
So there will be
Perfect.
live satellites, and hopefully we'll get some sponsors that'll let us run. That we
More.
can add some packages on some other things that we're doing. But you guys, we need to make a big showing.
For
we
the
need
big
to
one,
show.
For the big one, we need to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
even if you've never played one at that level, forget that drop a zero, make it a 250 in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I have a
still the
question
same.
though. So like you're gonna live stream the final table?
We're going to live stream a feature table and the final table.
Okay,
you're
I was gonna
gonna
say so
rotate.
you can have how
Anyone.
many can you have? You don't have a cap out, right?
No, it's
Okay.
an open event.
Okay, cool. That's what I
Yeah,
was wondering.
as
'Cause I was like,
many-
so it's not just like because sometimes they do those streaming. It's only the 9 people that are whatever playing.
Correct.
So.
No, it's not an invitational kind of thing.
Okay,
no,
so this is
it's
open to
an open
everybody.
event, everybody. But we do want to feature you, so make your plans so that we can. We want we want your picture, we want your history, we want to show who you are. So don't wait till the last minute. I mean, if you wind up that you already had a plan to play something else and you bust out and you still want to come over, well, of course we're going to accept you, and we'll find out as much as we can on a quick bio sheet of you and put that out. But man,
Can you believe we're out of time again?
We are.
what?
Yes,
Wow.
we are.
I don't even know
Lord, I'm so
how. We
sorry.
talk too much.
This is
That's why
an
we have a
exciting
podcast.
year. I do want to mention one thing though.
Go.
If you look at the calendar for the women's events, this is only February, and there's already a ton of events coming up.
This new.
So it's a new era of women's poker, ladies. So we want you guys to be on top of what's happening. Just remember, we've asked for it. They're listening. They're putting it out for us, and we need to support it. Even if it's not your favorite thing, do it anyway, because there are other women out there that need it. And we need to not only have a hand up, right, for those that are helping us in our journey, but we need to put a hand down and help somebody else come up.
Absolutely.
So
That's cool.
enjoying it. Yeah, join in.
Well, that's it from us in the most amazing city in the world, fabulous Las Vegas. And we are the real poker girls of Las Vegas.
See you next time.